Hey everyone. So, I'm back again, starting a record with this whole thing. Um, Today I want to talk about attachment issues, which is something I've talked about on this blog before, or abandonment issues. And if you know anything about borderline specifically, is that there is an intense fear of real or imagined abandonment. Um, so this can cause people who have borderline personality disorder to really attach themselves to people and feel really close and almost at one with a person, so that when the time comes for you to part this person, or this person unexpectedly leaves your life, it is a disaster. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that today, as I'm approaching a time where I will be leaving somebody I have formed an attachment with. And it's not really completely leaving to the point where I'll never see this person again, but I will see her a lot less. So this person is my facilitator for PHP, and because I entered PHP at such a crucial time in my life where I was very vulnerable and very symptomatic, it was really easy to attach to her because she was very profound and knew exactly what to say and was very caring to us in PHP. Well, now I'm getting discharged from PHP, and that means I won't see her as much, and I'll only see her 1 day a week for recovery. So it's really hard to leave relationships like this. There's also, I just had a recent experience where I was talking to somebody a lot, like every day, and it's very, very easy for me to get attached to people, like friends. And for whatever reason, this person decided to stop talking to me. And it was life altering, and it really shouldn't have been. Most people can let things like this go and just move on, but I was really stuck on this, and it was hurtful and very painful and hard to accept. Um, so my question is, what do we do about this kind of thing? What do we do when we're so attached to somebody and they have become part of our life to the point that it's hard to imagine life without them? What can we do to move past that? And I still struggle with this, so I, of course, don't know everything. And this is a question I ask myself a lot. But what I've come to realize, and I actually got help on this from my therapist, and her idea is that everybody comes into your life for a reason. And these people bring something with them, usually. And you learn things and absorb things and, um, you know, grow from things this person has brought into your life. And you take those things and you move forward and you grow. And then when it's time for a person to leave your life, you thank them for what they've brought to your life and the good that they've done you, hopefully, and all that you've learned from them, and you let them go. And for a normal person, this is not something that's hard. It's part of life. But for somebody struggling with borderline personality disorder, this is very, very difficult. So I'm practicing this as I will be leaving PHP soon. And what I did, upon my therapist's suggestion, was write a letter to my facilitator. It wasn't a deep letter. I kept it pretty professional. And just thanked her for all she taught me. I listed what she taught me so she knew I really learned something. And told her what kind of impact she had on my life. It was hard. It was really, it brought me to the fact that I'm really leaving and I really have to accept this change, and it's, really happening. But I mean, I'm glad I wrote it, and I will give it to her. I haven't yet, but I will. As for the other relationship where people leave, it's not really so much that you can tell them what they've done for your life because you're kind of mad or whatever that they left. But I mean, if this is somebody really influential in your life, you can always, I'll be honest and say, I was like, I miss you. I am sad. And was just honest about my feelings. Because, this person personally knows that I suffer from borderline personality disorder and have attachment issues. So, honesty is the best policy, in my opinion. But there's other times where you really just have to accept that a person is leaving for their own good, and in the end, it will probably be better for you too, because you don't want people in your life that don't want to be there. And that's just a hard thing, but it's really something we have to work on. And I think the more that you do it and the more that you process each time, it gets easier. But like I said, I'm not an expert at this because I'm still learning and still having a hard time with it. It seems juvenile to be so attached to people. It's really childish, and I know it's easy to feel like you aren't being mature about things or being an adult about things. But these issues stem from relationships that we've had in the past that really scarred us, from people who abandoned us or neglected us. And so it's a really deep thing, and it can't be fixed overnight. So if you're struggling with these kinds of things and you're not seeking help, I would highly recommend seeking out a therapist, because there are therapists that specialize in treating people with borderline, and I would recommend finding somebody who specifically treats borderline symptoms. Even if you haven't been completely diagnosed, if you tell the person that you think you are suffering or you've compared your symptoms to what somebody with borderline might have, you need to find somebody who specializes in borderline, because they know how to handle people like us, and they know how to understand us and understand what we're going through. So I would highly recommend finding a therapist, because working through these problems is deeper than just taking pills. And we all know that borderline isn't very well treated by medication. It's really through working through these past issues that have affected us and really stirred up problems in our day-to-day life. So that's my thoughts about attachment issues for now. I just wanted to let you know that if you're struggling from this, you're not alone. There are people, I'm 22 years old and still feel like a juvenile every time this happens, but just know that there are people out there feeling the same way and having a hard time and really trying to find ways to work through it. So if you're going through this and, trying to let go of somebody, it could be a therapist, anybody like that that's made an influential, part in your life. I would suggest trying the letter thing, even if you don't give it to them. Even if it's somebody that left you and you, probably won't talk to them again, I would really suggest writing the letter. It's for your own good. You can get all those feelings out of there, and, then you can rip it up or burn it or, just throw it away. And you can get all those feelings out on paper and let yourself experience those, ride the wave of the feelings, and then let them go. I know it sounds easier than it really is, but I would recommend giving it a try, because it did help me, so I can contest that it was a good idea. So that's all I have for today. I will be back at some point with something else to talk about. So have a great day. I'll talk to you later.